position here, but now OG one loss away from that dreaded lower bracket. Trent, how you feeling, buddy?
Good. They tried to meepo the weepo, and he said, no, I don't think so. And thus we go to game 2, an advantage to our Radiant team. So same, what do we got here now? Same sides, right? But different pick order? Yeah, different pick order, because first pick was for Nigma last game.
Yep, and now OG will have it.
I didn't actually look. What did they choose here? No Tail took first pick. Okay, and then Nigma took Radiant.
So Magnus Wisp banned out by Nigma, and Bat Rider Phoenix taken out by OG. Interesting, the Wisp factor, right? We've seen pretty much every team ignore Wisp.
Yeah.
And then you've got these two, and they both still play Wisp. So depending on who has first pick, one of these teams is pretty much obligated to ban the Wisp. We saw OG take it out last game, first phase. Same logic. So
yeah, and that's
still a couple of Wisp players out there.
OG says, "Oh yeah, there's a reason we banned Doom like early on in our last games because this hero's really good."
Yep.
So remember to take it early, but we finally get a Rubik. Oh man, is this the first time we've cast in Dota Pit? I think it is.
Possibly.
At least the two of us. I don't think we've had a Rubik yet. Because I keep thinking, man, this is a good Rubik game. But the 4s keep getting picked up extremely early. Before, like, a Rubik is necessarily, like, you have this big counter where it's like, oh, sick, Rubik game. But now you have a Doom first pick overall. So that's a good time to grab it.
Absolutely. Doom and Ench. Still a solid opener from OG. Very good meta heroes. Very open-ended.
Now, will they do the hard carry pick like some teams do here?
That's a tough call.
Or will they do something more like the Thompson Invoker or something again?
I don't think they're going to take a hard carry.
Like, what about the Spectre, like we saw earlier, where there was a Doom opener and then we just saw the Spectre snagged up? I think that was Na'Vi, and it didn't work out well for them, if I recall.
No. So Nigma do have last pick, so they're going to play it patient. They're just going to grab the Clockwork here instead. And I guess a little bit of flex, generally assuming Clockwork is the position 4 these days when I see him grab this early. But any chance this could be a 3, or is this just our support duo?
I think it's our support duo, and it might be a 5 Clockwork.
It could be a 5, okay.
Because we had a really good 5 Clock with the Spectre, our first game of the tournament.
Oh, yeah, you're right, we did. And I think I think I was a little surprised at how well it worked out.
Yeah, it was extremely strong, actually. I think it was... I can't even remember. I think it was VP Prodigy. It was those games, right? Nope, wasn't those ones. Was it Alliance NIP? I don't know what we were casting, but whatever we were casting...
That might have been NA Dota.
It was good. It
might have been North America.
Yeah, it might have been.
Time zones, buddy.
Yeah.
Time zones.
I hear you. But either way, yeah, the 5 Clock did work out fairly well. But we'll see. What they plan on doing. I could also see RMN playing like a 5 Rubik, perhaps. Not necessarily for GH.
Like seeing the Rubik get a little more farm. I feel like he's a support that does have some scaling potential.
Could be a Miracle Rubik as well.
You never know. You never know. Terrorblade taken out alongside the Wind Ranger. What's happened to the core Venge? I remember OG was one of the teams that we first cast with the Thompson Venge mid. Has that kind of fallen out of vogue? No longer the popular-ish?
All the items it built are worse, right? It used to just pretty much all of its items got nerfed. So I think it's like a little bit worse. It was pretty dependent on like Broken Helm, and then even the new helm got nerfed again. So I think it's a little bit out. I think it's still playable, but I think the support Venge offers most of the stuff that you want to get anyway. Oh yeah, AM's a good one to ban too. Now it's pretty annoying for Doom still.
I think we've seen AM banned. Feels like every game so far this tournament.
Yeah.
Nobody bold enough to first phase him, and also nobody bold enough to leave him in for the second picking phase. So Spectre Invoker taken out, and then also that dreaded Pugna from the last game that Weehaw played so well.
Prophet is still in.
Natures or Death?
And well, both, but I was thinking Natures. Bat Rider is banned. Just trying to think of MC heroes. Especially the pair well with Clockwork. I guess they could Darkseer themselves.
Yeah.
The AM's banned. But the Oracle's still in. But then they have Oracle Ench. And Ench could play 4.
Darkseer with Clock is pretty darn nice.
I think... Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to judge Darkseer still. Maybe Darkseer, you really want to see the position 1 first, though.
I still don't love Darkseer that much in a vacuum, but I have gotten got by underestimating the mind-controlled Darkseer many a time. I don't know that there's a such thing as a bad Darkseer game when mind control has that hero. I really... It's like universe level. You know, there's just a couple players out there that play this Darkseer on another level, and I can't exactly explain why they're so good with it. They just are. I
just miss the universe offlane Faceless Void. When that guy was just a chrono bot, oh, man. Yeah. That guy had the best chronos ever.
Oh, the good old days. Viper now picked up by Nigma.
Okay, that's pretty hype. That's a nice flexible... Well, Viper's not that hype, but it's a very flexible position 3 or position 2 hero. Kind of like they're in a bit of a rough spot in terms of the pick here, and I think this is a nice way to solve it.
It's kind of a catch-all, right? Viper is play-aroundable, very physically slow, one of his biggest weaknesses. You know, he deters like an Ursa pick and some of those other key heroes, like Lifestealer. You probably don't really want to play into Viper. So it certainly feels safe. And as you mentioned last game, Nigma still very eager to pick these nasty green heroes.
Yeah.
They've got Rubik and Viper here, so staying within the theme.
Viper's so annoying. I still don't really know what the answer is to this hero.
To Viper?
Yeah, just for like, I mean, I guess the answer is jungling, right? That's in the end, that's what the answer is. So
run away
have
from
Storm Spirit.
Yeah,
still in
mobile heroes.
Yeah.
I think that's really the counterplay.
Storm actually looks kind of nice since they have a Clockwork too. Don't have to really worry about cogs.
Yeah.
Might not have to pick it quite yet. Take your time, but
so they grabbed the Void this time. It was in the hands of Miracle, and now OG likely to put it in the hands of Mid One.
Yeah. They have some good combos with the Ench already, right? It can pump in a lot of damage. Could be a Seb Ench too, theoretically. He does like that hero quite a bit. I don't know, we'll see. Probably going to be support, just throwing it out there.
Yep. But the Doom is flexible. Mid, off lane.
Oh, nice.
Sladar.
Okay, so now they see the position 1, right? That makes your life so much easier when you're an offlane player, knowing what the carry is going to be. So now Faceless Void loves to deal with burst damage, right? Because he can just time lapse it off. Doesn't time walk it off. Doesn't care. But Sladar is just that slow, consistent damage over time. And you have to be really careful when he gets to the 3 stacks, because what if the Clockwork runs it with a battery assault and suddenly you get bashed once and then a couple more bashes and buddy.
Baby. All right. Well, you asked, how do we deal with Viper? If this hero is mid, I think Arc Warden can deal with Viper just fine. I'm pretty sure that's a matchup that Arc is pretty darn happy with.
This hero is something else, man.
Yeah. And does appear to be a pretty good Arc Warden game. I don't think any of these 4 heroes pose any significant threat as like a specific counter pick to the Arc Warden.
They do have Clock, though. I mean, at least that's something, right?
It's somebody to get in the back line. Yeah, I guess you're right.
But still, it's not much.
I wouldn't call that a hard counter by any stretch.
Especially because he's probably going to buy Pike anyway.
Yep. I do really like Slardar, though. I think he is a little bit of a sleeper hero. I don't know if he's been getting picked up in games that we haven't cast. Haven't really seen him at all in North America. But he hits hard. He gives you Roche options. He's got some pretty good item builds. He's like Centaur, but with a little more control and more physical damage. Great lockdown. Big fan of this hero.
Yeah, good bans on the Prophet too, though, because that would have been a nice hero to kind of round out their damage.
Mm-hmm. The global presence to play with the Arc Warden.
And the Chrono. Yeah, just like solid initiation across the map.
Brood, also a good ban from OG. Not one.
Yeah, I don't know if he just banned Meepo anyway or what. It's hot on everyone's minds. Is there something more valuable to ban?
And they have a pretty good lineup for dealing with Meepo between Chrono, Doom, Arc Warden's got a lot of damage. They actually banned the Ursa instead.
Would have been a pretty fast tempo to try and deal with.
Yeah. I think Ursa and Viper. It's like Ursa, Viper, Slardar. I could very much see those heroes dominating lanes, coming together for an early Roche, and just taking over the mid game.
I thought they might ban the PA.
PA, huh?
I mean,
with the minus armor, scary combo.
Like, got blink. Yeah. And the PL's also still in, which is another pretty decent hero in this situation, I feel like.
Well, what should Nigma be thinking about banning here? I'm having trouble reading what OG are going to want to finish off this draft.
Yeah, they do have a ton of flexibility.
Obviously, last pick will be going to Nigma, so OG is going to get to pick after this ban.
If they picked a really like strong offlane hero, like an Underlord or something, the Doom could be a 4.
Yeah,
or a
exactly.
Beastmaster, I guess that could have been it too.
It's like Arc Warden and Void are the 1 and 2. It's this 3-4-5 that we're trying to figure out with Ench Doom. And this
I think the Ench
pick
is probably a 5. I think that's a pretty safe assumption. It's mostly just between Seb and Doom.
Okay.
Is he the Doom or is Soxa the Doom? And then is there anything more valuable here to help us out?
I mean, they could look for another Lion-esque hero for Soxa that brings a little more control of the table. And no, they go back for the Brewmaster. So,
wow.
I actually don't like it. Could be a 4 Brew.
Soxa has played a lot of Brew.
Yeah.
So has No Tail, though.
Very interesting. Did not see that pick coming at all.
He got a lot of buffs. They're basically just number tweaks, but it was just kind of like across the board buffs for the hero. And they will, in fact, go for the PA as expected.
You called it. So looking for some one-shot daggers with the amplified damage, or the corrosive haze, as it's called now.
This reminds me of our Ricky game yesterday, where it's like, yeah, they're definitely going to pick Ricky, but the other team just lets it through. Like, I know, they know. But they understand that, like, you know, yeah, if they go for it, they're in trouble. So, I mean, it will be the core Brew.
PA is a hero that generally has some issues right now. We're pretty much only seeing PA picked up in games where she has an enabler, like a Magnus with the Empower, or in this case, the Corrosive Haze from the Slardar. So maybe OG just somewhat confident that they can handle the Phantom Assassin. Nigma are going to be looking to control Roche, though. I can pretty much guarantee that based on this lineup. It's going to be a big objective this game.
Yeah, not easy, though, versus Arc Warden, Brewmaster, and Faceless Void.
Yeah, you're definitely right. OG can stop it. They can't kill it nearly as quickly, though. I guess I'm picturing Nigma just, you know, one missed chrono, or you take a fight and chrono's on cooldown, then you just run into the pit and you kill it in 10 seconds before they can even react.
All right, so let's see here. I'm just going to go through the full version history now of the Brewmaster. So he got the Thunderclap. All right, so Thunderclap used to do 8 seconds slow on creeps for some reason, which was kind of funny, but now it only does 4 seconds. They got rid of that little change. Didn't really matter, I don't think.
8 seconds is a long time, though. That's like egregious.
They tuned down the lower levels of Cinder Brew, which kind of sucks because that was a pretty good laning ability. But they did reduce the mana cost at least, so now it's like 50, 60, 70, 80 instead of just a flat 80.
Less damage, more spammable.
Yeah, they reduced the cast backswing on it as well. But then the pandas all got buffed. So the fire attack backswing was from 0.57 to 0.3. They increased the attack damage of the wind panda by a little bit, by like 10, or the storm panda rather. And then the earth panda's movement speed is really cool because now it's faster even at level 1, and when you get to level 18, it's 370 movement speed in the earth panda. So it's just like trying to keep up with the mobility creep that's been happening not only in Dota, but also as the game progresses. So hopefully your ultimates will be like a little bit more effective. They killed the crit build though, a little bit. They lost 20% on the level 25 Drunken Brawler damage.
Okay, that hurts a little bit. So no longer the.
I mean, it used to be 175. They've slowly been killing it.
Okay, yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, Brew, another one of these heroes. He got like the Underlord treatment. It was just a lot of little changes just across the board. Everything got tuned up. And, well, we saw what happened to Underlord. They had to tune him back down.
I remember we talked about this buff before. So back in 7.22, the Agnibs now also increases the Primal Split Brewling's movement speed by 100. And it removes the movement speed limit. So when you buy and it's not listed, it gives them bonus movement speed too. But the no cap is kind of the crazy thing. So sometimes they can get like insanely speedy.
We don't see the Ags come out onto Brood that often anymore.
Nah. I wouldn't be expecting it.
Not a very common item, but as you said, they are slowly making it a little bit more appealing piece by piece. Let's see a hand slap, mid one, and GH.
Hand slaps? Is that what you call them? Hand slaps.
Hand slaps. They high five, dude. Slap hands. What do you call them?
High fives?
Let me guess. You call it paper, rock, scissors, huh?
I'm not that cool.
Another 2-1-2, perhaps. Actually, 3 heroes starting up top for Nigma, so maybe looking for a first blood? Or are we going to see a dedicated tri-lane?
Probably just a first blood. But depends on what Soxa does. That's the Doom down bottom.
Oh, they scouted out. No tail knocks down that tree and sees RMN right away.
They still get some licks in.
I don't know. Nigma might be happy to try to force the tri-lane if they can get the TP up here, because 1v1, Slardar should beat the Brewmaster. Like, Slardar are traditionally very good in these melee matchups.
Soxa didn't do the early Devour. Right? He didn't do, like, the one down here at the bottom, so he waited for the spawn. So they don't need the Clockwork, because the Doom's not doing anything yet. It's still just a 1v1 bottom.
Okay, Doom is going to TP up. We are in tri-lane scenario now.
Oh, wow. Mid one with a really greedy time walk there. Not really punished too hard, though.
Yep, he'll be okay. And checking in on mid, the Thompson Arc Warden against the Weehaw Viper. Be even to start. Very curious how this lane will go, though. Back up top now. Some damage exchanged into No Tail. No kill. Kind of an odd tri-lane. But the new Ench, not bad in these scenarios. Soxa going to get caught by Battery Assault, but the slow is there. Mid one. Bit of damage, mitigated by Time Walk.
Miracle's still just holding the point as well. And this Courier's been chilling in the tower for quite a while now. No Tail looking to get some space to send it back home.
Down bottom, Mind Control, putting the work in against Seb. Might find a first blood. No, Seb does survive. Getting bullied pretty hard. You can see that CS disparity.
And this is where that early changes to the Ignite are going to hurt, because like this is already going to be a bad matchup. This is not going to be a lot of fun.
Now back top, Miracle in the tree line. The tri-lanes are ready to battle. Mid one jumps in. No Tails here. Can they get this kill on Miracle? No, it's Soxa that falls. Mid one, pardon me. Nigma find a double. Mid one, the lone survivor. A small silver lining for OG now that this tri-lane's been lost.
And he's just limping back to the tower, and Iron Man doesn't even care.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker. OG were the aggressors there. And mid actually going very well for Viper. Weehaw is winning right now, 12-8 compared to the 7-2 Thompson Warden.
And he can, if you think about it, like Viper can just like walk up, right? There's not a lot of punish, especially with the corrosive skin, because there is some hazard for Thompson.
Yeah,
the return damage, but there we go. 2 points in the flux now. That's where, from what I understand, things get a little bit better.
No farm for you.
Still a scary amount of denies on that Viper for 3 minutes into the lane.
Looks like old Viper.
Yeah, seriously. Battle up here. They've got the Speed Aura, the Cobalt Foreman, helping Soxa and No Tail a little bit. RMN taking the whip. Oh no, the Courier getting whipped down by the Cobalt. He gets it.
Damn.
Drink that chalice, Cobalt.
All right, that is actually so sick that the Cobalt can do that. A glorious death. He went out like a Klingon, man.
Dude. See you in Stovokor. That's the Klingon afterlife, Trent.
No, I knew. Trust me, I appreciated that. Don't worry. I guess for the people, you know.
For the layman's out there. For the Star Wars fans out there, so they can be in on it, too.
It's okay. I was like you two once, guys. Don't worry. There's hope for you all.
I, too, used to like Star Wars. Mid one up top, able to survive. Mid one. He's actually going to turn. They're going to try to chase and look for a potential counter kill. They do get the enchant onto RMN. Miracle, though, still trading right clicks. Jumps in hard onto Soxa. Scorched Earth working wonders right now. Miracle still continuing to pursue. Gets a little bit of vision, and they do find the kill. Now mid one needs to be careful. Does have another time walk.
So many sticks to keep track of this tri-lane.
Now
There's still 10
No-Tail.
on No-Tail.
Will pop his, though. I don't think OG are winning this right-click battle. The PA daggers are too much. GH does get bashed by mid one. 10 seconds on the time walk, though. He needs to be a little bit careful here. Can't afford to take too much damage.
Oh,
Mid
Iron Man.
one. Oh, he can't find GH. Mid one. Time walk in one. I think he's still in big trouble, though. Does have stick charges in two. They got him.
Oh.
No. The stick is enough, but Miracle wants this kill. He jumps in and does commit for it. It might cost him everything. Does have Fairy Fire. RMN with beautiful cogs. Knocks back No-Tail. The Fairy Fire does get popped.
God. He's coming back.
This is ridiculous, but Miracle's back in. No-Tail again.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Ah! 9 HP. Miracle survives.
And somehow the bounty runes are still there. I thought Soxa was going to go get them during all of that.
Well, that could not have gone better for Nigma, I don't think. PA now has a pretty nice advantage over this Void.
He's free.
They will get GH. Yeah, that's a nice counter kill. 5 to 1.
God.
OG get on the board.
That was hilarious.
In the mid lane, though, it is still a bit of a disaster. 26 to 16 in CS, but if you look at net worth, 2,100 on Viper, 1,500 on the Arc Warden. So a large gap.
Down bottom. All right, Seb's got the charges for it, but Mind Control not even going to force it. Seb's doing way better than I thought he would. I thought this would be like worse than this. I mean, it's still a decent lead. It's like a 400 gold lead, but I actually thought it would be a lot harder. But he's just been constantly splitting the wave up.
Yeah, Seb's been playing this very well. Slardar, scary in these kind of matchups. The Bash of the Deep does so much. So I'll never forget that game where we saw the Ember versus Slardar mid, and seeing how Slardar just handled him so completely.
I believe that was Boxy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
They had a fun time.
Slardar. Like that was like a black and white hard counter of holy shit, Ember can't do anything. Brew obviously a lot more options there, but don't sleep on the Slardar, folks.
He didn't want to pop his ulti defensively, but he's been spotted by this ward. And Weeha's still going in, so they're going to bring reinforcements here.
There's the split. They want this Viper, and they might find him with Soxa. Thompson does take a Viper strike and is probably going to go down as well. A 1-for-1, of course, advantage for the Dire. As Thompson falls second. Now they want
had
more.
no mana, or he could have gotten a kill there.
Yeah. Treads, some stick charges.
That was really interesting that Weeha still went in. He knew they were going to... The Brewmaster was coming in, too.
He just saw that, yeah, I can get this kill on Thompson. But unfortunately, I think he died first, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
The Viper died first, so not a good trade for Weeha. Maybe overestimating his damage a little bit, thinking he could perhaps kill Thompson before going down himself.
Meanwhile, Weeha's going to TP up top. But he TP's right into a creep. So
RMN be in some trouble here. They will save him. Viper drops the Nether Toxin. And right now, GH holding mid against Thompson.
we'll have to see if the lack of bash comes into play at any point during this game from the break.
That's a good call.
And crits, I suppose. There's a couple things going on. Oh, wait, never mind. Not a passive anymore.
Is made whole.
DOTA.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Not a passive. Not a passive.
Always gets you.
No-Tail on the run. RMN closes the gap. That Centaur not going to be enough help for the Ench to live through this one, I don't think. And meanwhile in the mid, Thompson, he gets ganked. Does still have the Tempest double. Soxa trying to run. GH might get brought down in exchange. Nope, he'll survive, and Soxa also falls. That's 3 dead on OG around the map. Nigma getting a big lead. And, you know, not only did the Slardar win the lane and has an advantage over the Brew, but having a farm Slardar means he's going to have a pretty fast Blink Dagger. He's already got his phase boots. He can cruise around. Like, Slardar's not just getting farmed to right-click, but this will enable him to set up for the other heroes on the team.
We get ourselves a theme today, man. It's the winning team taking the tier 1 tower mid before 10 minutes. It might happen again here, but Iron Man's driven back and killed. Hey, what? Okay, yeah, that ghost is definitely going to kill him, right?
Nope.
What level is it? Oh, it's only level 2, right?
2, yes. Level 2 Spark Wraith. Yeah, she scales up. 2K net worth lead. All 3 cores Enigma, top of the charts. And similar to last game, a bit atypical, but Thompson really struggling. He is bottom of the cores right now, actually behind
they have
Rubik.
Split down here. They might be able to kill MC.
MC on the run. TP's coming. We can't kill this Slardar. He is too big and also too speedy. Level 4 no tail. Look how much that bash the deep does. There's no untouchable. Looking for more. Bruce Split comes out. No tail stuck in the trees as RMN cuts off the path to retreat. Now Weehaw drops the ult. It's only a level 4 Doom. Soxa able to survive. The Brulings putting in a lot of damage to Weehaw. Gonna go back into Panda form, and they do get the kill. Not so bad for OG. If they can get RMN here, that'd be great. And it looks like they will. The double damage on mid one will be more than enough, but now PA is here, and they're ready to party. Soxa gonna go down next. And I'll let the Void back up. So who won that trade?
I think OG did, yeah.
Yeah, all right, they get a XP and gold gain.
One thing that Sep did that Brewmasters tend to not utilize the most is the Wind Panda double damage by proccing that Invis hit. It's a lot. It keeps getting buffed too.
Yeah.
One of those ones that's like you,
it's like
you use it twice. I think you can use it. I went up 40 damage on the first level.
It's like a Lothar's backstab thing, right?
Yeah,
yourself,
exactly.
And then you get a big punch. Yeah.
Yeah. But he utilized it there for the final kill on the Weehaw.
Most people think of the Storm Panda as just the Cyclone, you know?
Yeah, and well, it's also a really good game for the Dispel too, versus the, the Slardar.
Yep. Look there. RMN, mid lane, initiated on. Arc Warden, not an easy hero to run from. Big rotation out of OG. It's 4 heroes mid, but Soxa still only level 5, takes a Viper Strike. It's a lot of poison damage. He might still live, though. Weehaw is going to go down. Soxa still falls. 1 for 2 in the mid. Good fight for OG.
Man, Seb's owning. He's done so much this game out of a disadvantageous lane. He's almost caught from mind control.
In some trouble, untouchable, helping him out, but in the end, not enough. 2 for 2.
Look at how Seb's built too. He's looking for the value points because the break points on Thunderclap and Cinderbrew at the level 2. That's why he was 2-2-3. Because Cinderbrew doubles from 1 to 2, and then so does the Thunderclap almost. It doubles like 90 to 160.
Yeah. The value.
Yeah, it's very good utilization.
Hobson up top, they scan him, they find him, mind control, had the bash queued up, hits him with a stun, they need a little follow-up to find this kill, and it'll be there. Viper joins the party, GH helps him out, but now the Chrono comes out of mid one's Faceless Void. Do they have any follow-up damage? Mind control survives, Cogs come out. Mid one does survive, Doom dropped onto the PA. She'll be repelled, and now the split from Seb. Could still be a good fight for OG as they do bring down the Clockwork. Weehaw, isolated by the Cyclone, he comes back down, and he's going to be going down too, it looks like. Stick charges, Viper Strike, Soxa could be in trouble. They're about to lose this Bruce Split also. Weehaw still alive. They don't get the Thunderclap.
Oh, the stolen Bruce Split.
Does commit to finish off the kill. GH split up. Can they get this kill onto Seb now? They've got the stun, and they've got a few more.
And they can chase down No Tail with the next Cyclone.
A messy, chaotic fight, but it does look like that Bruce steal is going to tip the scales and push things in favor of Nigma once again.
Yeah, GH got the clap last time, but this time stealing the Primal Split. Oh, that one hurts. And he'll still get another use out of that, too, if he doesn't go for another team fight anytime soon. And Seb died with buying the Midas, so...
I think I'd be pretty tempted to keep that one if I were Rubik and then force another team fight. That is a damn good steal at 13 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, there's also Time Walk, though, so I would understand if he wanted to, like, snag that at some point. Because that can just be a free kill a lot of the time.
True. Maybe depends on how low this Primal Split cooldown gets before he has that opportunity.
Is under attack.
I feel it's always tricky with Rubik. You know, it's like you get those big steals and you kind of want to save it, but at the same time, you do that math in your head of, okay, how many potential steals am I missing by holding this for a minute 40?
Yeah,
or
I mean, for now,
140 seconds.
They're not doing anything anyway. They're just hanging out. Mind control is Blink, I'm guessing, is on that courier. Oh, sorry, it's Vlad's, right. He went that first.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Our push up top will go uncontested. And Miracle did not go greedy this game on the PA. Went for setting drum up endurance.
Yeah, they're setting bottom with the ward and the hook shot.
Oh, hook shot in. Connects on two. Mind control right there, looking for a follow-up stun. They're trying to kill Thompson.
They can't really damage them in the cogs.
Well, he does go down. It's a 1-for-1. They get RMN in exchange for Thompson, but now Mind Control in pretty far. Is there any help to try to save this Slardar? Has a lot of stick charges. Buyback from the Clockwork now. He'll TP in, and OG sound the retreat. The Viper trying to get down here, but he's so damn slow. He's not going to make it in time, and I think OG will make it back. They turn for a bash onto the Slardar. Primal Split comes out, and they do want this counter kill. It is a 5v4, but Thompson also coming back up soon. Doom drops on the Slardar. Should secure this kill. Looking for more. It's a nice chrono onto 2. Make it 3 as the PA comes in. No follow-up, but it does break up this fight. Soxa getting low. Miracle turns to finish him off. OG might have bit off more than they could chew with this one. RMN losing the duel against Seb. Remember, this is his buyback. If he dies here, he's going to be dead for a while. Trying his best to survive. Doesn't, but still baits in Seb. They get the Brew, they get the Void, and now No Tail on the run.
Balance the scale.
It is a win for Nigma. Let's take a look at the recap. A 3-for-4. The Clockwork died twice.
Man, that was kind of rough at the start, though. They got really lucky with the battery assaults, I think, in the middle of all that, because he trapped 3 heroes in those cogs, and I was looking at the damage breakdown, and Thompson took, like, almost all the battery assault hits. It's pretty ridiculous. And then they telekinesed him as well, so he got kind of locked down.
Yeah, you were right, though. It was a great setup from the clock, but it also blocked out the Slardar from getting a really good potential Slitherine Crush. Because there isn't a Blink Dagger on Miracle yet. He went for the Blads first. We'll have the Blink pretty soon. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, Mind Control. I'm sorry.
I got you.
Yeah. The Slardar. The Slardar.
Slardar. Well, while they're roasting, they're also taking mid. Oh! No, the clone couldn't get the deny. Nice try, though.
I like this play a lot from Nigma, though. You push the tier 1 and take Roche simultaneously, and this is that value we talked about. Slardar PA, even though OG have really good ultimates around the Roche pit, they're on cooldown right now, and they can kill Roche easily with just these 2 heroes.
Well, we talked a little bit about this build, too. I don't know if Mid1's on the same page as you and not remembering what the Aghanim's does. I'm going to assume he knows.
Yeah, so does not reduce the cooldown on Chronosphere anymore. Now you get the AoE time lock. When you time walk, where you land, you get, what is it, range of 6... Well, what's the AoE? 350. That's it. 350 radius. Where you land, procs a guaranteed time lock. So if you're clumped up, it can be a really cool way to initiate. I don't know if I've ever seen this Ags in a pro game, actually. So I'm excited to see if this works out well for mid-1.
Yeah, we'll see.
What are your thoughts? You sound a little skeptical over there, big dog.
I mean, he's kind of the hard... Well, I guess he's not really the hard one, right? So that's why it makes a lot of sense. Like, he just needs to make a lot of space for the Arc Warden.
Yeah.
It seems like a very heavy investment for what it does. It basically means he can't really farm that fast, right? It's slowed down.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's first item. You know, I think like a Maelstrom or any, like even a Midas, anything to let you accelerate your farm before
well, it's going to accelerate, right? Like, it will be a farming item.
I mean,
so there's that. It's just...
Is it that significant in terms of helping your farm, though? Like, relative to a Midas or Maelstrom?
Yeah, I mean, think about right there when he time walks into that camp, right? That's every 6 seconds you can do that.
Okay.
That's a guaranteed AoE time lock.
Yeah, you're making a good point. It does sort of double as a farming tool. Be interesting to see how much that impacts his bottom line. Mid lane, Invisible GH sets up onto Thompson. He'll try to TP out. Chrono missed. Thompson still dies in the well to the poison. Stolen Chrono from the Rubik. Sets it up on 3. OG. This is an abysmal team fight. The Doom comes down on mind control, but the damage has been done. They kill the Doom, and this is going to end a 1-for-2 exchange.
He's trying to lifesteal.
But that's the Aegis, folks. It's a 2 for Aegis. RMN, he is going to go down, but GH so deep in the backline. They're trying to keep him around. Seb going to come back into Panda form. They were ready with the telekinesis, and he's got nothing left. OG take heavy losses here. They do get the kill on the Clockwork, but I think RMN is A-okay with that trade.
Yeah, oh, jeez. I believe. Mid one is just trying to finish his Agnums in the bottom lane.
But just that whole sequence, right? The Invis rune to set up on Thompson, the TP out that doesn't save Thompson in the end, the missed chrono,
really simple?
the stolen chrono.
How about just putting the Aegis on the Slardar instead of the PA?
Yeah.
You know?
Genius play.
It sounds so simple, but like a lot of the games that would have been on the PA.
And it makes sense.
Setting up for the PA every time anyway.
Exactly. Like Mind Control is playing true frontliner. I am charging in there. Clockwork also been playing that kind of style, but that was a really smart read. And now they're going to jump in on No Tail. He's done.
All right, so this is basically mid one's Battle Fury, right? It's like a Battle Fury that team fights a little bit better.
Yeah. And has, I guess, a more stat-heavy build-up if you're worried about survivability. Mid lane, though, we're going to see a big engagement breakout. Thompson will go down first. No buyback available there. OG starting to crumble a little bit. Mid one, time walk back. They've got him with a dagger. I'll have another time walk in a few seconds, but still a lot of damage on him. The slow from the Viper. This is significant. They've got big damage, and he's dead. Ouch.
Sox trying to grab the wave.
No, they're going to grab Soxa instead. Nigma are on point today, Trent. They are
really
looking good.
Radiant's bottom tower
Great movements. Very much on the same page. The Deso, of course, out on the PA. She's had it for a little while. Now MKB queued up next. Boyd starting to get outscaled, and Thompson feeling like a bit of a non-factor this game. Been behind for most of it. They've obviously put a lot of emphasis on shutting down Thompson this game, so they haven't made it easy for him on this Arc Warden, but there's just been no intimidation factor out of Thompson here.
This is their fight.
Now in onto Mind Control. It's a good Bruce split. Slithering Crush doesn't yield much, and Mind Control will get brought down, but makes the space for his team to retreat. And I think the rest of Nigma will get out. Viper, though, caught by a Cyclone. Maybe enough follow-up. There is a Chrono. Hook shot off to the side. They drop Soxa. Mid one jumps in, looking for the counterplay. Buyback on the Doom. Miracle still alive for now. Boyd jumping in with the Chrono. He does catch it. Can they kill Miracle, though? The stolen Chrono again stops the back line. Miracle lives. Mid one can't finish him off. Gets another bash. Miracle looking for crits. The carries both go down, but the rest of OG in big trouble. Now Thompson falls. GH in the back line trying to finish off the Tempest double. He'll get it, but he will get doomed in exchange. This is the buyback from Soxa now. Should be able to guarantee this kill on the Rubik. Weehaw doing everything he can to try to slow it down. Looking for the dieback onto Soxa, trying to stack up the poison. Can he find both kills? Soxa down.
Got another poison. Yeah, there's no TP on No Tail.
Untouchable might help a little, but Mind Control's here, catches the stun. I think it's a miss uphill. Not going to make a difference, though. That's going to be a full wipe. That is 6 deaths on the side of OG, I believe. The Doom dying twice.
Oh, man. GH played that fight so well. I mean, he was waiting for the split throughout the majority of the fight, but then he was just outside of range when the Seb ended, and he got the blink off right away, too, to clap and ignite, or Cinderbrew, rather. And then he was holding and waiting for the Chrono, and mid one just got handled again with the steal.
Yeah, even with the buyback, it's a pretty even gold exchange. Nigma took pretty heavy casualties there also.
Dire are scanning.
This Rubik, though, GH, been playing very well. Blink Dagger, Force Staff, and Aether Lens now. A long reach, but he has stolen Chrono in back-to-back fights. Devastating. Hit one. Initiated on. Time walk away. No more help. He's done. No buyback on this Void. Now Seb does have a split, but stuck inside a cog. It's going to be hard to get this cast point off. He's done as well. No buyback on either hero in the grave.
It's an honor.
Yeah, I mean, all they can do really is wait for everything to be up again and try once more, right? It's a bit of a tough spot to be in.
DH finds a catch. Long-range initiation onto No Tail. Steals the Nature's Attendants and sets up another alley-oop for Miracle. Not even a team fight here. OG just getting picked apart one at a time.
Structures are fortified.
Kind of a cool build out of Miracle also. He's going to go Desolator just straight into Satanic. So once that reset, so he can sustain in those fights.
Yeah, he probably just knows that he's going to get doomed anyway.
Yep, status resistance.
The BKB would still be pretty good. Assuming he didn't get doomed, it would let him get through a lot of this other baggage that's in there. But there's Chrono too, so similar to our previous match when there was a Chrono and a Doom.
Oh no, mid one, same story, different chapter. They might have the same ending. He goes into RMN, gets a little bit baited, and Miracle brings him down. Hobson down low, stunned as he tries to TP out. He'll fall, and stuck in the cogs. They might be able to find a kill into RMN as Seb in the Panda split, but lacking on damage now. Earth Panda almost done, and they catch Seb before he comes back into the full Brewmaster form. Meanwhile, on the other side, No Tail netted up. GH putting this clumsy net to work.
He tried to cliff him.
Sets up another one on the No Tail as he basically gets one shot by the Dagger Corrosive Haze combo. I'm sorry, the Deso Corrosive Haze Dagger combo.
Of course.
PA, not yet level 20. Doesn't have the additional -3 armor corruption.
Jeez, OG looking a little like Viking GG with all that big talk prior to this tournament, I gotta say. the shoe's on the other foot now with how much they're getting to handle by Nigma.
Yeah, this has been a pretty devastating series. Turning out to be pretty one-sided in both games. Like the lanes were one thing, but these mid games have just focused or favored Nigma so much. So I'm gonna look for another catch here. GH just feels like he's everywhere right now, living on the enemy side of the map, setting up these plays for mind control, setting up these plays for Miracle. OG just cannot leave their base right now. Look at that. They missed the counter ward. That's a low ground ward that let Rubik set up that kill. They had a sentry nearby, so that false sense of security costing the Arc Warden.
It's in the middle of 3 sentries.
Yeah. Serious. Oh, there's one on the high ground, too. Oh, my gosh. That's so devastating,
That's hilarious.
Dude. There's a Venn diagram of 3 sentries, and it's right in the middle.
Well, if they're not touching, then it's not a Venn diagram.
Oh, they're touching, buddy.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That's what technically.
Hobson,
sideline, up in 10. Mid lane, they get the melee barracks, and Nigma just back out. They don't chance it. They don't care about the range. RMN, TP.
Oh, don't let him out of there.
That'll be good.
All right, how many more kills will OG get? Oh, by the way, there was a Chrono down bottom. He just Chrono TP'd out.
Oh. I'm sorry, I missed that.
Or rather, up top, sorry, I should have said. I vote they will get 1 more kill.
I'm going to go with 2.
RMN.
Now, does the Aegis count as a kill?
No, Aegis does not count.
I'm going to go with 2. I think they'll kill the Clockwork and one of the cores.
Now we'll see if they just win, right? That's the OG. Now they win.
Tempest double down. How long on Chrono? Ooh. 110 seconds left on that cooldown.
You know, we had a game like this get fed away with a Rapier. Unfortunately, Miracle's not willing to do that for us.
We did. That was
Shout out to the Zoomers winning that game.
Top tower has fallen.
Oh yeah, that was an NA. Oh god, you're right.
Dire's top tower is under
Bit of a gift, the classic.
Miracle walking into the bubble. The only way to do it. Aegis is in the hands of Miracle now. They give it to the PA this time, not the Slardar. They jump in and delete No Tail. Does have the buyback. Will use it. Miracle with the Satanic actually survives through some of that burst damage. They jump in onto the Tempest double. Mid one. Still no Chrono. Miracle somehow still alive. That's finally the Aegis.
RMN, there goes RMN. Part 1.
That's the first one. And
that's
now
the only kill.
On to Miracle. He's going to try to run. Can they finish off this PA? They want to pursue for it. Seb jumping out deep. OG are going to commit. Viper killing Thompson on the back line.
Right.
He's going to go down. The blink back, the Doom. Miracle survives. Now mid one netted up in some trouble. Time walk available.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Toxa, poisoned. Weehaw, he's getting down low, but they are sustaining. Seb's gonna fall. The fiery sword, not enough. Weehaw with the cheese. They're gonna turn. Now mid one. He's gonna get brought down.
The best.
A couple of close calls. But you're right. 1 plus Aegis.
One
Good thing.
kill, just the clockwork, and GG.
I thought they were going to get one of those cores so bad. They were so close. Well fought by OG, but this should be the GG push. Still a tier 2 standing in the bottom lane. They're not going to tap out quite yet with the Arc Warden coming up. But Nigma have made the call, and I think they're going to wrap this one up. Buyback on the Doom. Brew up in 5. Will this repel Nigma? Not at all. They jump in to kill the Tempest double, and that's a dieback on the Doom. Saksa put to rest. That bubble, pretty darn annoying, but the Brewmaster also dead. A blink of an eye. Magnetic field not going to be enough to stop this push. Chrono comes out, and Void just dies. He didn't Chrono Miracle. Okay.
Oh, my game crashed. Classic. Mine just crashes at the end of every game.
Yep. The Dota gods got something against you, buddy.
I don't know
congratulations to Nigma for a very convincing series. A bloody series as well. A lot of kills in both games, 52-17 in only 30 minutes of gameplay. Look at that gold graph, and really not a moment when OG was ahead. This was Nigma's game through and through.
Yeah, I mean, that game, it kind of ended a while ago. It felt like the comeback was like a little bit impossible throughout most of it. I mean, it's OG, so you always assume. But yeah, it kind of felt like the Arc Warden, again, just never really found its way through that one. Great Viper game. You know, we've talked a lot about Viper. Where does it sit right now? How strong is the hero? Got picked up 3rd overall for its team. So I'd say they still had 3 picks after. They went for the Void, the Arc Warden, and the Brewmaster. So they had like their full tri-core to decide